Is the new Phys domain good?
Bro, you're not even saying hello anymore?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Hello, Seka. Anyways, regarding my earlier inquiry, is the new physical artifact domain worth it?
Sure.
But what if you're free to play?
Dude, you 36-star Abyss. Like, do the whatever you want, man.
You just don't understand. I'm free to play. I need to make sure I spend my resources appropriately.
Just farm it, dude.
Are you sure?
Why do I even bother? Okay, guys, let's go ahead and we're gonna go over this new artifact set that just got to Genshin Impact. This new artifact set is the new 4-piece Pale Flame set, and I ended up getting a pretty decent set. I was very surprised. I ended up getting an attack percentage piece with 2 rolls on the sands. I ended up getting a goblet with 3 rolls and attack percentage side rolled on a Phys onset goblet. Really lucky on this one. I did not get a good headpiece. It's really kind of a crap headpiece. I could get some better rolls on this thing. And on a flower, I ended up only getting a 2-roll flower with attack percentage offside. So it's not the best in the world, but definitely won't see a massive increase in damage if I just get a little bit more C damage or a little bit more crit chance on the side rolls. I am using a 5-roll plume to make up the difference in some of the stats here from this unofficial. And if with all this, my overall stats coming out to 70% crit chance as well as 167 crit damage. My current Phys bonus is at 83.3%, and when I do get the set proc, it will actually boost the physical damage bonus by another 25%. If I end up using official E here, official E procs, and then during that time frame, my stats jump over to 108 physical damage, and I get an extra 18% attack, pushing my attack to 2455. New artifact set versus Phys domain. Does it pop off? I think we should use Geo Resonance here. We didn't use Bennett the first time. All right, so here we are in the new physical domain, and we're running with the new official with a 4-piece set. The max hits I've actually seen while using the Geo Resonance that we're using right now for official is about the same here. I think I've seen as high as 20k hits on my other set, but of course this set is not fully maxed out, and I haven't taken the time and like thousands and thousands and thousands of resin trying to get new artifacts for this to work. But I did find it to be a pretty good set, and I think that with a boost, it's definitely gonna be the best set once I actually get all my artifacts maximized. Into Abyss, when I was starting to use Official in Abyss, I definitely felt the same power level, and it was really, really good actually. I felt the physical damage was very, very strong, and there was no issues with the overall artifact set. The thing that I would want to stress here is that physical damage, when using it in Abyss or any content, is still physical damage. If you're aware of how most players play Genshin Impact, you use elemental reactions in order to boost damage, and the only way to boost physical damage, of course, is by boosting the attack, giving you a damage percentage bump, like we're using Geo Resonance here, to get a 15% damage increase. And the only other way is to lower resistances with Superconduct with minus 40% resistance to enemy targets. Beyond that, there's the Zhongli shield, which also lowers another 20% physical resistance, so I'm giving myself the maximum physical boost here. But to get maximum damage, I wouldn't be using this particular team. I should be taking out Rosaria and actually throwing in a character like Bennett in order to maximize my overall damage. Using Superconduct is actually kind of too much at times, and you actually lose out on some damage versus attack percentage, the gain that you would get from a Bennett buff. So the best overall team I could use with Bennett, but I'm using it for the other side because in this showcase I was actually doing something for the other team. But I did feel that Bennett with Official is really strong, but again, you have to deal with the issue of overloads, where the targets may overload you because you are an electro character and there's an electro domain. So I didn't want to have Official be juggled all around the map while showing her off on this particular content. So I do think that Official overall is going to be a great option for this new 4-piece set. A lot of the time when the bird you can see on the side there will just maintain and stop attacking, so that you actually have to recast the bird to make sure it's in range so that you can get the proc off consistently, because the only way that you actually get the proc for the new Pale Flame set is if your elemental skill deals damage. So again, if your official bird is too far away, that's going to cause issues. a lot of people are going to ask me about other characters for the Pale Flame set, and if other characters are going to be able to utilize this set effectively, and to which I'm going to respond, probably yeah. The Rosaria, Razor, all those characters will be able to use the 4 set. It's going to be a little bit trickier to use because you have to hit twice with that in order to get the damage in. I think Zhongli and Zhengli gonna have a much easier time though, because as you can see here, the official bird is doing all the work. It's making it so that I don't actually have to focus on getting my set bonus up. Whereas on Rosaria, Kaya, and Razor, I may have to focus a little bit more time there just to get that up. So in conclusion, what I would recommend for players is that a Zhongli is going to be better with a 4 set bonus as long as you're proccing with your Sealy if you're using a physical one. A character like Fischl will do well with the 4 set piece bonus. A character like Beidou would do better with a 2 and 2 set if you were going to work in that way. But I would personally just stick with either Gladiator and Thundering Fury, or going with a Noblesse Thundering Fury, depending on the way you're using the character. For Jean, I'm not really a fan of physical Jean builds, but again, this is going to fall in the same kind of mode as all the other characters. We're trying to get a talent that's going to proc every 6 seconds. Is kind of difficult to actually do, so I don't really recommend using characters with 6 seconds cooldown with the Pale Flame set, because it doesn't feel natural to try to force in the E ability every 6 seconds. Zhangling, since the Guoba Bear will be out for about 5, I think it's about 6-7 seconds, maybe 8 seconds the Guoba Bear is out for, but it attacks like 4 or 5 times. And while it's out, it'll proc a few times while that Guoba Bear is out. If you can proc multiple times the Guoba Bear and you're getting good with the Guoba Bear as a physical Zhangling, I can definitely see that being a good way to go. I don't have a Crescent Pike built on this particular account, so I can't really showcase that, and I don't have a Dragon Spine Spear here, so I will probably have to do that on another account at a later time with the new artifact set. But I can't showcase every single character on every single account because I don't have infinite resources just like everybody else in the game. I actually have multiple accounts just so I can do multiple showcases for different characters. The last character I want to go over is a character like Jin Yang and Keqing. Now, what I will do here is I'm going to show you how the set bonus actually works on her. All right, again, this is not a damage test. This is just to show you how the set bonus works for Keqing. So currently the Keqing has, with the same artifact set, 83% physical damage. So let's go ahead and use let's use an E and a charge attack to see if it procs it twice. If I go then use a charge attack, and we look at the overall talents, it does proc. So Keqing is awesome with this new physical damage set bonus, because when you use your elemental skill ability on Keqing, it will actually proc twice while you're using your charge attack. So the new physical damage bonus set is awesome for her, because the second that you pop your first charge attack after an E gives you that massive damage spike that you really need, and gives you the 25% physical damage bonus, giving you a total of 50% physical damage increase. So if you are a Kecwing player, definitely go for the Phys damage set for her. Get yourself that Aquila Favonia madness and just be a mad. Oh fuck, I'm in combat. Be a mad lad. Okay, get away. No, Keqing, no, Keqing. Now you could potentially try to use the set bonus on a character like Child, because he can then strike multiple times the Phys damage bonus, and then you can get the 7/7 Phys damage bonus once your E ability ends. So I can see that working, but why? And then again, Rosaria with that 83% physical damage bonus. Oh, it didn't work. Didn't work. So 2-hit combo like Rosaria, it doesn't work. Oh, it can only be done every 0.3 seconds. Yeah, that's right. So a character like Rosaria, you have to do it again every 6 seconds. So then if I use it again, let's go ahead and see where I'm at. That's the 108. So you have to, on Rosaria, you have to make sure that you're doing it every 6 seconds to make it work. And if you don't, then you lose the set bonus, since you can only proc once every 0.3 seconds. So on a character like Keqing, just stall your attack rotation by maybe like almost half a second and then start using the charge attack. Then you'll be able to do the damage. So for a character like Razor, what I would recommend doing, instead of going for the 4-piece set, because you're gonna have a much more difficult time utilizing this set because of Razor's cooldown being at 6 seconds for his E ability, and the cooldown of the actual set bonus being at 7 seconds, is I recommend players going with a 2-piece set on the physical bonus, as well as another 2-piece set bonus on the physical. Now, most players that are going to be using Razor are actually going to be using, most likely, either the Snow Tomb Star Silver or the Prototype Archaic. Now, if you're using either of these two weapons, the 2-piece physical is going to be the best possible set for overall the 50% physical damage bonus, and trying to utilize the other set bonus may not be the best course of action unless you're consistently bringing in your E ability every 6 seconds prior to the ulti proccing F. Now, the best set to improve the overall damage from the Prototype Archaic, in my opinion, is going to be with the double 2-piece physical set. But if you're comparing it to another set, which would be, again, the only other side of artifacts that you can actually talk about, which is going to be the 4-piece Gladiator set, this new physical set will definitely surpass the Gladiator set just based off the raw damage that you deal. And if you ever do get the 4-piece set bonus off and you actually get it off, it will, of course, be 15% better than the Gladiator set. Overall, I don't think that if you are a free-to-play player, you should be farming for a 4-piece set for most of the characters on your account. A 2-set piece bonus is probably going to be enough for you because you're not going to want to spend an inordinate amount of time in this artifact domain. The reason you don't want to spend a lot of time in this artifact domain is because it is a physical damage artifact domain. And because a physical damage artifact domain is just only on physical damage, like I've mentioned in this video, physical damage is the weakest possible damage in Genshin Impact. And the reason I say that is because MiHoYo actually set it up that way. So if you look at every single artifact set in the game that provides elemental damage bonus, an elemental damage bonus is always going to provide 15% elemental damage bonus on the artifact sets. You're going to get a raw 15% pyro set damage bonus, hydro set damage bonus, cryo set damage bonus, whatever it may be. The only difference is that when a character is infused with an element, so when you're fighting an enemy that is infused with pyro and they have a pyro element above their head, you will actually do increased damage to that target by 35% in perspective to that. Now, the only other thing that I would say, because physical damage is now not at 15% and at 25%, physical damage sets overall are inherently just weaker, even though they provide a higher percentage. And I'm not quite sure why that is, besides the other parts of the way that enemies defend against damage is maybe more heavily stilted toward resisting against physical. I'm not quite sure why that is, but maybe it's to get players to get more excited in using elemental reaction combination bonuses to improve their damage. Also, if you were not aware, physical damage goblets all have 58% physical damage bonus, whereas any elemental goblet is going to have 46%. So the actual 12% increase there is really surprising, because if you compare the goblets versus comparing the actual set bonus of the artifact, you get an interesting damage increase on the set bonus, much higher so though more than the goblets that you actually get. All right, guys. So I wanted to let you know that the new physical domain is pretty good. I enjoyed it. And I think that it's a really worth farming. As far as like the overall, should you farm it, if you're free to play or not, essentially if you're 36 star invest, do whatever the fuck you want. It's fine. If you are not free to play or you're just trying to test things out, it's a great set. It's definitely gonna be the best set for physical. There's no question. It's pretty cool. Have a great day, guys. Peace.